Think of this. Religious tourism in India has a higher CAGR than healthcare, renewable energy and FMCG. India, home to a rich tapestry of religions and spiritual practices, has long been a magnet for pilgrims and spiritual seekers. From the towering temples of Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh to the holy city of Varanasi on the banks of Ganga, religious tourism in India is deeply rooted in its culture and history. What was once a personal pilgrimage has now evolved into one of the most rapidly growing sectors of the Indian economy. Religious tourism has become the backbone of the tourism industry in India, growing at a CAGR of 16%. In fact, India has emerged as the largest religious tourism destination in the world, with visitor numbers exceeding even Mecca and Vatican City. But how has this transformation come about? Religious tourism in India is not a new phenomenon. It dates back centuries. Ancient pilgrim routes such as the Char Dham Yatra and the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra have been integral to India's spiritual fabric. Pilgrims from across the country have been making these arduous journeys for centuries, braving difficult terrain and harsh weather conditions to pay their respects to deities at temples, ghats and ashrams. The Char Dham Yatra, which includes visits to the sacred shrines of Badrinath, Kedarnath, Yamunotri and Gangotri, continues to attract millions of devotees annually. Similarly, Vaishno Devi in Jammu and Kashmir welcomes around 8 million visitors every year, while the Tirupati Balaji temple sees an astounding 25 million pilgrims. These religious hubs have not only served as spiritual centers but also as focal points for trade, commerce and community activities throughout India's history. The surge in religious tourism can be attributed to several factors, including improved infrastructure, government initiatives, and the increasing affordability of travel. 1. Government initiatives and infrastructure development. Since 2014, the Indian government has taken a proactive role in revamping religious tourism infrastructure. The Swadesh Darshan Scheme and the Prasad Scheme were launched to develop infrastructure around key religious sites, ensuring that they are accessible and comfortable for pilgrims. Under these schemes, over 15 religious circuits have been identified for development, including the Buddhist circuit, the Ramayan circuit, and the Krishna circuit. One standout example is the Kashi Vishwanath corridor in Varanasi. This project, launched in 2019, has expanded the temple complex from 3,000 square feet to 5 lakh square feet, making it easier for pilgrims to move between the temple and the Ganga river. This project cost approximately 339 crores and includes Yatri Suvidha Kendras and even a city museum. Such large-scale infrastructural projects have played a pivotal role in modernizing religious tourism sites while preserving their sanctity. Similarly, the Ujjain Mahakal corridor has undergone a remarkable transformation. The corridor, which surrounds the revered Mahakaleshwar temple, now boasts a 900-meter-long passage adorned with 108 ornate pillars. This project too is expected to increase the annual footfall from 1.5 crore visitors to 3 crore. The corridor has revived Ujjain as a spiritual and architectural marvel, enhancing the overall pilgrimage experience. 2. Rising popularity and accessibility. The affordability of air travel and improved road and rail connectivity have also contributed to the rise in religious tourism. Previously, inaccessible destinations are now reachable thanks to modern transportation. For example, Indigo and Air India have launched multiple flights to pilgrimage destinations such as Ayodhya, Varanasi and Vaishno Devi, catering to the rising demand. Moreover, the Vande Bharat Express has been a game changer for pilgrims, providing fast and comfortable travel to religious towns. Additionally, the rise of low-cost carriers, LCCs, has made travel more affordable. LCCs account for 78.4% of India's domestic airline capacity, the highest among the top 5 domestic aviation markets. With cheaper flights, even middle-income families can now plan spiritual journeys across India with ease. The boom in religious tourism has profound implications for India's economy. The influx of pilgrims has transformed religious tourism into a significant economic driver, benefiting not only the tourism industry, but also sectors such as hospitality, local commerce, and infrastructure development. 3. Hospitality and real estate boom. With a growing number of visitors, religious towns have seen a surge in demand for hotels, guest houses, and homestays. Cities like Ayodhya and Varanasi have become hotspots for hospitality investments. Over 600 houses in Ayodhya have applied for homestay licenses, allowing local families to profit from the influx of pilgrims. Major hotel chains are also capitalizing on this opportunity by setting up premium accommodations near pilgrimage sites. The real estate sector is experiencing unprecedented growth in these religious hubs. Pilgrimage towns are no longer just spiritual destinations but lucrative investment opportunities. According to a Business Standard report, real estate in pilgrim towns like Haridwar, Ayodhya, and Tirupati is witnessing a surge in demand as more people seek property investments around these high-traffic locations. Job creation and local commerce. The rise in religious tourism has led to significant job creation in various sectors. According to industry data, there has been a 34.18% growth in employment within the tourism and hospitality sectors in these regions. Unskilled and low-skilled workers, such as local vendors, auto rickshaw drivers, and shopkeepers have also benefited immensely from the growing influx of tourists. Local businesses have flourished around pilgrimage sites. In Varanasi, where the number of annual visitors has reached over 13 crores, local establishments have reported income increase of up to 65%. This growth is directly linked to the increased spending power of pilgrims, who not only visit temples but also shop for religious artifacts, handicrafts, and other locally produced goods. Rural and cultural tourism. Religious tourism has also spurred the growth of rural tourism. Many pilgrims opt for homestays in rural areas around sacred sites to experience authentic local culture. In the Awadh region, for example, 18 villages have benefited from the trend, offering pilgrims a chance to experience the rural Awadhi lifestyle in mud homestays. This rural tourism model provides an additional revenue stream for the local population while preserving India's rich cultural heritage. Despite its remarkable growth, religious tourism in India faces challenges such as overcrowding, environmental degradation, and inadequate infrastructure in some regions. Popular destinations like Vaishno, Devi, and Tirupati often experience overcrowding during peak seasons, leading to strain on local resources and safety concerns. However, the government is actively working to address these issues. Through initiatives like the Swadesh Darshan Scheme and the Udaan Scheme, efforts are being made to enhance connectivity and infrastructure in lesser-known pilgrimage sites, thereby reducing pressure on the more popular destinations. Moreover, the adoption of sustainable tourism practices is crucial to ensure that religious tourism remains viable in the long term. Temples and pilgrimage towns are increasingly adopting eco-friendly practices such as waste management, water conservation, and energy-efficient operations. As India modernizes its religious infrastructure and connects even the most remote sacred sites, the country is poised to become the global hub for spiritual tourism. With its rich spiritual heritage, affordable travel options, and increasing government focus on tourism, India is emerging as the world's foremost destination for pilgrims and spiritual seekers. The sector is no longer just a spiritual journey. It's an economic engine that is transforming entire regions. From ancient temples to newly developed corridors, religious tourism is now an integral part of India's growth story, offering both spiritual fulfillment and economic prosperity. India's religious sites, steeped in history and spirituality, are no longer just local or national landmarks. They are becoming global destinations, drawing millions from around the world. This is Dhairya. I'll see you in the next one.